all this conjecture has been out there about like the NCAA players being able to go there now and what that's going to mean for other leagues. And the WHL commissioner went on a podcast and he had one of the weirdest quotes I can remember hearing from somebody at that level. He went on the Pipeline show and talked about the difference between playing in NCAA versus being in the WHL. So we're going to throw to this really quick. And Bundy, I imagine that you have a lot to say about it. Let's go over to, again, this is the commissioner of the WHL talking about the quote-unquote business class of the NCAA. All right, let's throw over to that now.
I know people who, have flown coach their whole life and then had an opportunity to get upgraded and they sat in business class. Do you know how hard it is to go back to coach once you've sat in business class? Well, the American Hockey League versus the NCAA environment, I'm not sure that playing a Friday, Saturday schedule and then pumping iron and drinking smoothies all week is necessarily the best segue into what the AHL grind is like.
Okay, so Bundy, I kind of want to let you loose there, but this idea that lifting, playing on the weekends, drinking smoothies all week doesn't get you ready for the NHL. Your thoughts?
Well, there's been lots of guys that have played on the weekends, and I didn't drink smoothies. I drank other things usually during that time off, but that was another era for me. I understand what he's saying. I don't quite understand what the point is because there's so many guys that have gone and played the college route that have had incredible careers and have made the adjustment to the American League or the National Hockey League. It looks like somebody who's angry that they're losing their star player from the league. It'd be like in 1982 if the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League lost Mario Lemieux out of the blue. I understand it hurts. It's tough to swallow, a tough pill to swallow. But at the same time, I don't think it has any justification at all about what a player makes of himself, whether he leaves major junior hockey or college hockey. I don't think it matters. I think it's what you do when you get there. Everybody that you talk to that's played college, I was a guy that played like 36 or 40 games and made the jump to 82 games, which is a lot. But I did it. I figured it out. I figured out how to get more rest, and a lot of guys will help you do that. So I see somebody there just with some sour grapes, and I understand that from their standpoint, from a business standpoint. But at the same time, he's wrong. He's completely wrong.
And I'm completely in agreement with Bundy on this because just because you play a lighter schedule of games doesn't necessarily mean you're less prepared to play. Right. I like that. I don't think that's translate. Those kids are working a lot harder in the week leading up to their games when they play than the kids that are playing up in junior. And you're playing against guys that are adults. There are people in college who are 20, 21, 22 years old playing collegiate hockey. Mm-hmm. Whereas in junior, you're playing against 16-year-olds sometimes. It's a lot different. It's a much easier game to play up there. So, yeah, you play 70 games, 72 games, whatever it is that you play in junior, Canadian junior. That's fine, but I also don't think that it's nearly as taxing on those kids as it is to play in the NCAA.
Yeah, you got to do your schoolwork. And a lot of the kids in junior are still in high school. A lot of the kids still are just finishing up their last year of high school. But I agree. There's a lot of work that has to be done in college, and there's a grind to college as well. It doesn't involve 12-hour bus rides, and the team bonding that he also mentioned. You're still going to be able to have plenty of time to team bond with your college teammates. It was a really bad take, and I actually feel bad for the guy from a sense that he's losing a guy like McKenna because that's a real business chip, a guy to have in your hip pocket, but. At the same time, he's going to play against older guys, and I think he's going to develop actually better than he would playing in major junior.